Yeah, and Mark, right now, a lot of movies talk about the Antichrist in many different ways. And so this is of interest to a lot of lay people that are listening right now. Let's talk about the characteristics of the Antichrist, the beast out of the sea. He's got many names throughout Scripture. Give us some of the characteristics, some of the empowerments that he has, and some of the actions that he does.
Really, the first place we have him mentioned in the Scriptures, I believe clearly, is Daniel chapter 7, verse 8. He's called a little horn, who comes up among these 10 horns that picture a reuniting or reviving of the Roman Empire in the end times.
Yeah, political leaders.
That's right. He's called the coming prince in Daniel chapter 9. He's called the willful king in Daniel 11. In 2 Thessalonians 2, he's called the man of lawlessness, the son of perdition. He's called the Antichrist in John's epistle in 1 John. And then finally in Revelation 13, he's described as this beast that comes up out of the sea. And what he does really is he comes forth as the final great world dictator, one who comes forth to dominate and rule the world. He's going to rise to ascendancy. He's going to come on the scenes initially as someone who's small and insignificant, because he starts out as a little horn. But then he begins to grow in his leadership and in his power. And he also comes at the beginning as a man of peace. He's going to come on a platform of peace. And if our world wants anything today, it's peace, especially in the Middle East. So that's how he's going to begin to gain power. But at the middle point of these 7 years, the mask is going to come off, if you will, and then he's going to be unveiled for what he is, one who wants to dominate and control the world.
Yeah, in fact, the Bible tells us that the signing of the peace treaty with Israel, the covenant with Israel, when the Antichrist signs that covenant, okay, that's when the tribulation starts.
That's right. The tribulation period starts with this signing of a treaty, of a covenant with the nation of Israel. Daniel 9:27 tells us that. And then we saw when the tribulation begins in the book of Revelation, back with that first seal. The rider on the white horse goes forth, this counterfeit Messiah that comes forth on the earth at that period of time. We also see that when the Antichrist comes forth, he's empowered by Satan. The Satan gives him all of his power and authority. But the comforting thing for us to know as well, all of this is happening under the sovereign hand of God. Because over and over again in Revelation 13 it will say, and it was given to him. And it was given to him. So God is the one who's in control of all of this that's taking place. But he's allowing this man to come forth kind of in the final rebellion against God. As someone has said, history began with the sin of man and it ends with the man of sin.